And 实证力, if it's necessary, CCP will also throw her out or even put her to prison. But it doesn't mean CCP is innocent. It doesn't mean she knows nothing about these lab activities. Instead, CCP, PLA, People's Liberation Army, CCP's military, and their boss, big boss Xi Jinping, they are the dominant roles behind all these kind of bio activities using gain of function, using the Chinese citizens, risky, dangerous, whatever. Because, as I said, the biosecurity is the national strategy in Xi Jinping, especially Xi Jinping's regime. While here, in the context of a communist China, the biosecurity means novel, unrestricted bioweapon and related technologies. So her story can tell you that how evil CCP government is and also how cunning it is. So since the world knows that He Jiankui came out of the jail and also received the Hong Kong visa as a top talent pass, it became the big news again. And after several days discussion, the Hong Kong government realized that they should also do something to maintain CCP's reputation. So the officials in Hong Kong told the media that, oh, we didn't know who applied this visa. And now we know that he has a criminal records. So we considering to withdraw his visa because this is illegal to apply the talent visa with the criminal records. If you believe that Hong Kong government was innocent and just cheated by her again, oh, I would say you are so naive. Clearly, CCP and Hong Kong are together. Hong Kong belongs to CCP and Hong Kong government is just CCP's running dog. They allow her to get this visa because if her can move to Hong Kong to continue this research or this kind of human trial, it would be easier for him to attract the investors as well as the other scientists from overseas, because still Hong Kong would be considered as independent and also with more opportunities in many, especially foreigners' views. Since this was revealed, CCP and Hong Kong government changed their decision, but it won't stop her to continue his work in this field. And even he cannot go to Hong Kong. The investors and also other scientists who want to join these brutal, risky, unethical experiments also could collaborate with him in Beijing. So for him and the CCP, there is nothing to lose. Even without a visa, who cares? Everything controlled by CCP. They can give anything her need if necessary. This is China. So if you understand the logics behind this story, I think you could deepen your understanding of origin of COVID-19, as well as the other activities like spy balloons released by civil researchers for the weather study accidentally entered the US. This is a pattern. CCP always use the same pattern to chase the world because it always useful. It works in CCP's history. And they believe that they could keep using the same tactics this kind of unethical and unrestricted tactics to beat the world. So let's have a short break and let's continue the topics in the last section. We've talked that the Chinese scientist He Jiankui has conducted the world's first gene editing projects in the human embryos. And also, after they knocked out a gene from the embryos, the twins were born. So his project was very controversial, actually got huge condemned by the academic field at that time in 2018. So Chinese Communist Party pretended to blame him and also send him into jail for 3 years. However, right after his jail period, CCP again gave him the lab, gave him the financial support, gave him other support, and let him continue his work in the gene editing field using human. So recently, He was invited to attend one international seminar. This seminar is called Looking Back into the Future, CRISPR and Social Values. CRISPR is the top gene editing technology in the world, the most advanced one, and also He was using that kind of CRISPR technology 4 years ago to make the gene editing babies. And this was organized by a committee called Biogovernance Commons. And it was said this is an organization formed by the researchers from China, UK, and US in 2021. So in this conference, many people want to know He's reflection and his new opinions on the ethics in gene editing field, especially using human and also embryos. However, He didn't reply them directly. Again, as how he answered my questions in 2018 in that conference, he just talked about some fancy words, talking about how helpful, how hopeful this technology will be, and how much he wants help people in this field. Some researchers told the media that they were upset about He's response. They expected more direct and also constructive opinions from He in this issue, on this issue. I really don't know why they are so naive, especially after the COVID pandemic. After all the things happened in the origin of COVID-19, how much lies come out from CCP and their scientists, and how shameless the regime and also their scientists are, why do you still expect He, a scientist on behalf of CCP, working for CCP, could answer these questions? And do you think he could also blame himself, or blame this government, or blame that how much support he got before he announced he has made gene editing babies born? If so, I do feel that CCP's unrestricted tactic works so well, especially in the academic field. Scientists still respect CCP and still want to do the fair cooperation and transparent cooperation with CCP and their scientists, and also expect for the ethical achievements. Come on, please understand one fact. You are all used like He Jiankui supervisors in Rice University or in Stanford University. And also you are used like Dr. Fauci, Peter Daszak, and Ralph Baric, all these scientists in the COVID-19 case. CCP need your technology, need this networked in the academic field. And also when it's necessary, they also need you to help them to promote their theories to cheat the world.